All right. It is time for episode 54 of Paper and Plastic. We are back. I am joined by, as always, by my very good friend and co-host, Dr. Plagueis. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing I'm doing good. I could be better.
And of course, I am your other co-host, Sloth, Poppin' Sloth on Instagram, and you can find us on Instagram, Dr. Plagueis, Poppin' Sloth. I almost forgot how to intro this show
Yeah.
because it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Obviously, life has been very busy for the both of us. Lots of good stuff, lots of long days, but lots of good stuff going on. But we're back Sunday evening, and we're going to be talking about comics, collectibles, and everything in between. Um, so let's waste no time. Let's dive right into it because I know you have some very interesting things to show off, and I
Yeah.
am very curious to see. So, if with no further ado, do you want to do a little show and tell here?
Yeah, I'll jump into that. Yeah, we're kind of like at basically consistently like a show every 2 weeks lately.
Yeah.
And so on that subject, I don't know I don't know if I'll be available next Sunday cuz I'm actually going to be meeting Dave in Portland for a day of hunting and
Yeah.
uh just getting out of town and going to some new, well, not new, but going to some different shops. um
Nice.
so we'll see what that looks like. I mean, my content creation has been pretty minimal lately, so I like, part of me would like to make a reel of the day, but a bigger part of me would like to just enjoy the day with
Mm.
my friend hunting. Like, he is basically a content creator for a living, so I'm sure, I don't know what he'll be doing, but I'm sure part of him's gonna want to unwind a little bit too. So
Yeah.
shoving a camera in his face may not be ideal for him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with the day.
Yeah,
But
and I know a little bit behind the curtains here. We've also talked about possibly doing a couple pre-recorded episodes to have
yes,
as filler for when these days or weeks where we're a little bit busy, because
yeah,
work's been picking up. We're heading into the summer, and at the end of the day, we just want to live our lives and do and be here when we can, obviously. But
yeah.
yeah, or no plans on stopping doing this. But yeah, you might just see a little bit more breakage here. But that being said, I bet you we're going to get onto a streak where we do it like six six weeks in a row in like the
Oh, for
fall. Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, we have our, we have our ups and our downs here. We're just, yeah, it's summer, it's busy. Yeah,
where
so Dave, I'll have to get some of that bee footage then.
yeah, I hired Steven Spielberg to shoot
Yeah.
the hunt, and I'm a little bit jealous because not I'd love to edit that footage. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's up to Eric? I saw him hop in here, and Jim, our last guest as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Appreciate you coming on last 2 weeks ago on the last episode there, Jim. We got to see
Yeah.
some very cool, and interesting things.
Yeah.
Um, and I am curious again. I'll circle right back to it. It sounds like you've got some
I
very
do. I
interesting
do.
things to
We'll get
show
into
off.
it.
Yeah, I want
Um
to.
so yeah, there was a theme over the last couple of weeks. So I'm a part of the Stan Sakai Usagi Yojimbo Facebook group. And a few weeks ago they had announced that Stan is doing a cover for an upcoming Ninja Turtles book.
Mm,
And somebody in the group had said that that was his first time doing. Now, he's done like covers, for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Usagi crossover. He's done Turtles, random turtle covers,
hmm hmm
but they were saying this was the first time he was doing a cover just for the title Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So like Last Ronin doesn't count.
mm.
Anything that's kind of like
Oh,
branch off or a crossover
yeah.
didn't count. That this was his first time doing a true TMNT comic book cover.
Interesting. Okay.
And so that kind of sparked some interest in me, and I took a look at the comments to see if anybody like disputed that, because
Mhm,
it had
mhm,
dawned on me I didn't know of any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle covers done by Stan Sakai. And then of course somebody in the comics who had more knowledge than me
mhm.
posted a book where he did an exclusive
Mm,
cover for their last volume,
yeah.
for issue 100, which is the death of Splinter.
Oh,
So it was exclusive to Stan Sakai's store only.
okay.
And well, so anyways, so as soon as I saw it, I was like, I've got to have it.
Mhm.
Um, and went looking for them. There was not a lot available, but I found one that was available. Um,
Ooh.
and it was a
Oh,
9.8 signature series, so signed by Stan there. And yeah, it's going to be really hard to not get the glare, but awesome,
yeah.
awesome cover. Now, oh yeah, so exclusive to his store.
Yes.
And this falls in line with what CGC I do collect, which is 9.8
Mhm.
signature series. So
Yep.
that's cool. This is more of like an art piece for me, so I'm happy to have it in case. Not a big deal. What's awesome about this book is it's actually a double cover. At
Oh.
the time that this came out, there was an
Mhm,
issue 6 of Usagi Yojimbo that was coming out,
mhm.
and Kevin Eastman did the cover to that, which is basically like what do you call it? An attached piece.
Oh, like a connecting cover.
Yes, connecting
Yes.
covers. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, so it's a connecting cover piece. So
Mhm.
I have that book coming, signed by Kevin Eastman. Unfortunately, it's not a CGC or anything. It's just
Mhm,
the raw book.
mhm.
So they they won't display together, but
Oh, you did send a picture, so there we go, just a little bit of a clearer image
oh
there.
yeah, there you go. So good. Oh
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
wow. I was gonna say you better not crack that one open.
Well, initially when I couldn't, so there was a listing for the two connecting covers, both in signature series 9/8, but they were only signed by Kevin Eastman.
Mm,
Which I was kind of like, the one cover that Kevin Eastman did would be cool,
mhm,
having him signed, but I kind of want the Stan Sakai one signed by Stan.
yeah,
So I went with the the two versions I went with, because the one I have coming, the Raw, is signed by Kevin Eastman.
yeah,
Now they did so on the Stan one,
mhm,
Kevin Eastman inked and colored it,
yeah.
and then vice versa on the Usagi,
Mm,
uh,
oh,
Stan inked and colored Kevin's work. So pretty
oh, okay.
cool. I love those guys' friendship. It's
Mhm.
really cool. So excited to have those two pieces coming in, and I'll show off the Usagi when it comes in.
Hell yeah.
Um, but in the same week, I was in
Mhm.
that group, and somebody had posted a listing for some original art that Stan Sakai had done,
Uh-huh.
and the price was insane. The pieces, so Stan has like a price scale for his pieces,
Mhm.
and they basically start at like 600, I think,
Okay,
and the
okay.
more you add, the more gets added onto it.
Mhm.
So according to his pricing scale, this is like modern day. This is like a $900 piece, which
Mhm.
that's,
It's
in my
pricey.
opinion, it's pretty pricey.
It's a
Yeah.
little pricey, sure.
This piece was listed for basically 400. So as soon as I saw it, I jumped right on it.
Oh gosh.
So here it is.
Wow. And that's an
And
original Stan Sakai. That is not a
yeah,
print.
nope.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, it's still got the pencil marks on it and everything. Yeah, it's really great. It's a really solid piece. Um and I've looked at a lot of his works. Yeah, I've looked at a lot of his works that are for sale, and the ones that are more affordable are kind of not anything I would really want from him.
Yeah.
This is like, you know, this is pretty definitive. Like the Usagi's really great, and you've
Yeah.
got your spot on there. It's good background work. I mean, yeah. So
Oh, no, I mean, like, what else would you want, you know?
yeah,
Like, that's
without spending thousands of dollars,
yeah, like,
really. I
yeah,
mean,
easy.
yeah.
That's wow.
I'd love a page of work, or something that he's spent a lot more time on.
Mhm.
But this is entry level. I'm just kind of getting started. I've got some really good slash bad original art influences in my life. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow, man. That's
and I
a
don't know how far I really want to take this, but definitely getting some pieces by the artists that I really really love and have impacted me.
mhm.
Kind of seems you know obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean, trust me, if I could buy a original Momoko, I would, but you know what? I've got 2 signatures, so I'm happy.
yeah,
That's all I need, that's all I can get.
yeah. That's probably what I'm settling on right now.
Yeah. Wow. Uh, 9-panel grid, don't worry, Plague, everyone's got a 3rd mortgage nowadays. Get
Yeah,
that art. Sakenti
yeah.
Treasures, which side do I fall on? The good or the bad?
You know where you fall.
Somewhere
Yeah,
right on both sides, the little yin and yang, if you will.
yeah,
Man, that's awesome. That's a great little haul. No,
yeah,
shouldn't say little. I mean, anything signed or original art, I feel like it's a treasure. You know, that's in the personal collection. That's not going anywhere, you know?
yeah. And it goes really well with my
Oh yeah.
9 panel grid original art. Yeah.
Oh, Dave, when you need a peach, just hit me up. Oh.
Yeah. Dave just I mean we got Jim's really great show off two
Mhm.
weeks ago, and then last weekend Dave posted a video going through a bunch of his original art, and yeah, man, incredible. Um
Man, you're gonna break my heart.
a lot of fun. Um
I gotta look. I've been so off of the YouTube world lately. I gotta make some time and do some binging of some good
yeah,
content that I know our
definitely.
friends are making. Oh man. So are you thinking about getting that's it for your original Sakai's right now? Or are you thinking of maybe looking maybe for some more Stan art?
Definitely open to more. It's just it's his stuff is so pricey. I've been looking at some pieces. I've been looking
Mm,
around on some sites. And I'm definitely potentially like going heavy into this world, just because I found a lot of stuff.
mm,
There's an original piece by Basil Wolverton, who's a really popular underground artist.
mm,
Really, really great piece, colored. Definitely, gonna be one of the more detailed pieces I own,
mhm.
or the most detailed piece I own, and it's
Sorry, that was my
insanely affordable. I mean, I can't believe the price on it.
oh damn.
So that's
Don't tell
one
anyone.
I'm eyeballing, and yeah, you know,
Keep it for
I've
yourself.
been talking to Dave a little bit, and yeah,
Wolverton is insane artistically, I mean.
yes,
Yeah,
he is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, unfortunately, I don't have anything interesting to show off anymore. I did pick up a nice little stack of Absolute comics, so I have my local shop pulling all the Absolute titles for me. So I've been able to slowly catch up on that. I will say I've updated my reading list, and I officially hit 71 books so far this year, which is okay. You know, or I would love that to be a higher number, but that's just the reality of where I'm at.
I have completely falled off of falled. I have completely fell off of documenting what I've been reading. I've been reading a ton
Yeah.
still, but like for this month, I haven't put in anything that I've read down. So I've got to kind of try
Take
to some degree backtrack
yeah.
cuz I really want to keep up on that. I made such a valiant effort in the beginning and yeah.
That's why I like CLZ, brother. It's got a nice little read date tab in there, and you just put it in. Send your
Oh,
Union Gap. Hey, oh,
hey, what's up, Mark? Did we post my CLZ win? Did we talk about that in a previous show?
how you over the keys?
Yes.
I don't remember if we talked about it on the show or if it was in our chat.
I think we might have,
I
but
think we
whatever.
I think we did. Yeah.
I had a win with CLZ
Yeah.
after years and years of many battle and not necessarily losing those battles, but because they are the
Oh, right. Yes. It was the first appearance or first cameo,
cameo.
yeah, of
Yeah.
the turtles. Yes. Yes, we did talk about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, throwing that one out there again because I'm still extremely proud of that.
You should be, brother. You should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, I've been caught up I think on Absolute Martian Manhunter, I think is the one I've completely caught up now,
Oh wow. Nice.
which was crazy because I think I only read up to issue 3 prior to catching up. So I read probably 9 issues over the last few days, and
Wow.
oh, great little story there. Um, yeah, I love the Absolute stuff, man. We can talk about Absolute all day, but
Yeah.
there's another side of the DC world I think we want to dive into a little bit on the collectible side. Uh,
Yes.
a little, I guess, pretense would be McFarlane multiverse stuff. What are they doing? Where's it going? Seems
Hmm.
like it's fading off into the black hole of existence because man, their releases have not been stellar. They've not been really exciting, at least for me personally. They've showed off a couple cool things, but it's a lot of reused pieces and parts. So I think today what we'd like to do is kind of go over some of our favorite DC multiverse figures from the run of collectibles, uh, and we've kind of picked our top 5 or 6. Kind of feeling it out.
Yeah.
Uh, do you wanna go you do one, then I do one, or do you wanna do
Yeah.
your yeah,
Sure.
okay. Do you want me to start with the first one you sent?
Yeah. There was no order really.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll pull up this guy, and we're just using our, our Instagram post for this because, we've got a lot of these guys, and I cannot seem to
Yeah.
find any of them. But this was your number 1, or first one you sent me at least, which was
Yeah.
the Firestorm.
And I
Uh
do want to disclose this is not necessarily and you'll see why
mhm,
in one of my figures. This is not necessarily based on quality of the build of the figure.
yeah,
This is more or less just the visual of it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I really liked the Firestorm, the look of the Firestorm. I feel like some of the face expressions on
mm,
McFarlane fall flat
yeah,
more often than not, honestly.
yup, yup.
And this one, I felt like I really liked this one, and I don't know if it's just the white eyes or
Mm.
what, but yeah, just a great figure,
I was gonna say
great looking figure.
this was one I don't have in my collection. I really wish I did
Yeah,
because I mean it's simple, it's striking. I mean, like I remember when you showed that you had picked this one up, and I was like, man, I should have grabbed this one
it
too.
was one I slept on for a long time too, and when I finally got it, I was like, damn, like this is actually I got it. I initially got him because I just needed him to kind of
Mm.
he's such a classic character, and I need him to kind of like fill in
Yeah,
the portion, this certain portion of my collection that I needed. And once I got him, I was like, man, this guy looks great. Like this might actually be one of my favorites. Yeah, they just really got the look, really spot on.
it's spot on, and the fire effects I think
Yes,
really hold up. Like
yeah,
they
they
look
did
great.
really good with those because. another thing that kind of tends to fall flat is the effects.
Yeah. No, this is and if I might be mistaken, but this is among the earlier of the collector edition
Yeah, he's
figures.
definitely one of the older
Yeah,
figures
like
for
in the
sure.
top
Yeah,
I think he's in the top 10, I think he was in the first 10 that were released for the collectors, and that's when I thought their collectors line was like, "This is gonna be the best thing.
yeah,
They're gonna all gonna be fantastic," and then they were hidden for, like, probably the first 20, 25, maybe 30, and then after that, they just were like, "Alright, well, now you're just re-releasing your regular figures as collector editions and throwing in, like, some extra hands or something," like, it just
yeah.
they started off so strong, so
Yeah.
strong. Yeah, this is a great figure. Great, great choice. Great choice. Let me see what mine was because I don't remember. Oh, yeah, there we go. Uh, Speaking of face expressions and collector editions, this is probably one of my absolute favorites, which
Ooh,
is the Jonah
gosh.
Hex with I cannot remember what this horse's name is to save my life. But this was the platinum edition in the nice blue. And I just, it's not just the horse. I love the horse, first and foremost. Justifying buying a horse action figure, it was like easy.
Yeah,
But then having Jonah Hex on there, just like this mean mugging cowboy with half a face just kind of scarred and melted and just, looking nasty. Uh, it's such a clean figure.
yeah.
Um,
That's a tough one to find too.
Yeah, it was one I was really, really excited to finally get my hands on. Poses really nicely, and again, like the soft goods with McFarlane, especially before they started putting the wires in there, I felt were like a little hit or miss.
Hmm.
And you can kind of see it a little bit, with the coat there. It's a little you can see the seams or whatever, but I love this thing. I gotta bust it out of my collection and find it because the horse name better not be Artax. Lit-
Oh, what's that called? Oh, what's that movie? Uh,
Seabiscuit? I don't know.
no.
Secretariat? I don't
Shit, what is that movie called? I know exactly what he's talking about. The
know.
horse that drowns in quicksand.
Oh,
Oh,
uh,
what's
uh, I have no idea. Oh, Never Ending Story?
Never Ending Story. Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go. There you go. The
yeah.
Never Ending Story. Oh, there you go.
That's
That's why we
funny.
this is why we do the show live, so we don't
Yeah,
have to plead as much.
seriously.
Uh, yeah, this was one of my favorites. It came with a lot of cool accessories. Obviously, the horse. Uh, Secretariat. That's the horse's name, Sloth. Oh
Oh,
man,
wow.
is it? Is it the horse's name? I don't believe you. Sing it, guys. I don't think I've ever seen Never Ending Story, and if I have, it was when I
Oh,
was a
man.
child, and I have no recollection. I apologize. Uh,
I There's no way you saw it as a child. You would recall.
nah, yeah,
Traumatizing.
yeah. Wow, I
It's
was
terrible.
too busy watching Transformers and Digimon, I guess.
Yeah, there you
Uh,
go.
but yeah, no, this is one of my favorites from McFarlane line. I think this is kind of honestly like the peak of the kind of the after this guy was released, I felt like a lot of the McFarlane figures kind of felt a little lackluster, and this was one I think I got about a year or so ago. So yeah, I really like that one. Let's see.
I'm
What?
gonna miss this line so much when it's
Yeah,
not
dude.
around anymore. Because even the lackluster stuff is still like top tier. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just they're the man. As far as affordability goes, they're the best figures.
I'm going to be interesting to see what Mattel does, but I'm not overly convinced I'm going to be that jazzed about it. Here's your next, which was
So
was
this one is for Kilowog.
oh, fair enough, and
I Yeah,
that was in a two pack, correct?
yeah. Came with Kyle Rayner.
Yeah,
Um, but I didn't have a singular Kilowog picture, so yeah.
oh, fair enough.
Just they did a great job on him. I mean, look at uh how much he looks like the comic there, you know?
Well,
That's the stuff that just makes me really happy as a figure collector is when they just they might have been looking at that cover right there when they made him. I mean, sometimes I feel like you can find the actual pieces they base these characters,
Mhm.
these character designs off of.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's really exciting. Um,
I was gonna
and I
say
was just so happy to
mm,
finally get a Kilowog. Um, they went through a period there where they were showing all the Green Lanterns a lot of
mhm,
love, and they kind of like cherry on top was Jessica Cruz, and
mm.
there's still a few more, but I feel like they did a really, really great, really great job getting us some of the most prominent ones.
Well, you know what's funny? I look at these 2 figures and, like, the detail on Kilowog, you get all this texture in the suit, you get a nice coat of paint on there,
Yeah,
like, the head sculpt looks fantastic, and this was not I don't believe it was a collector's edition, I think it was a gold label maybe, but man, the I know Simon is a collector's edition, and there's no texture on there,
yeah,
the paint is, okay, like, man, like,
yeah.
what happened, you know, like, there I don't know, I'm so curious to know the behind the scenes of the McFarlane, toy lines because it felt like their quality sometimes was, like, super, super high, and then, like, it
It's almost like they knew the end was coming, and they just had to force out as much stuff as they
yeah.
could get out, just to kind of capitalize on the
Oh,
end
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But I will say, I great points, but I did really like the Simon Baz, and
Oh, yeah.
really happy that we got him.
I mean, that's the thing, it's like,
But
at
yeah,
at the end of the day, you want these you just want these characters to have
yeah,
in your lineup, and, man, that Kilowog, did he come with he came with a couple Green Lantern effects, right? He had a couple
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He did.
nice. Man. Did they ever do Green Lantern effect? They didn't do guns, eh? Like, they didn't it was all just, like, hammers or swords.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
never
don't think I don't think there was any guns.
man, that would've been sweet, huh?
Yeah, and yeah, a chip would be great, but we're really reaching there.
Yeah. That might be a DIY kind of, little one you could do one day, like a little squirrel figure from your local hobby store, paint them up,
Yeah.
paint them nice and green. But no, those are great. I mean, that there's something about the larger McFarlane figures that are just, like,
Yes.
fantastic. So
Yeah.
with
I have one more, and I there was a couple that I was really tempted to put in there as well.
well, the Guardians are not murderers, so guns wouldn't make sense. Fair enough. Yeah, alright. I see, yeah, fair enough. But speaking of big boys with good, amazing detail, this was just one of my absolute favorites,
Oh
and
my
this is
god.
from the early days of the McFarlane line because this was one of their first Build-A-Figures, if I'm not mistaken.
Jeez.
The Merciless Batman from,
I've
Darth
never
Vader.
actually even seen that.
Oh, dude, beautiful, beautiful. You needed the 4 different, Dark Knight's death metal, which was the Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and I think it was the Batman Who Laughs. And you got all the different
Holy
pieces and you
cow.
put them all together. They did do a re-release of this one in a different color that came in a 2-pack with the Batman Who Laughs recently. Uh,
Really?
it was more of like a reddish, brownish kind of color for this guy.
Okay, I think I saw that.
Yeah, but the blue just looks so, so good. Yeah, this is easily oh, man, this might actually be my favorite McFarlane figure. Because man, this thing on the shelf, it just
Yeah.
stands out, man. Like, I love it.
Jeez. Yeah, I've never even seen that like for sale as a build a figure. Nothing. Holy cow.
I imagine anyone who's got one is not gonna be letting it
Yeah.
go anytime soon.
Yeah. There's definitely figures like that out there where like you're not seeing them for sale because one, they were probably a little bit scarce,
Yeah.
and like the Jonah Hex is another example. You don't see those on the secondhand market too often, and it's probably just because people are holding on to those.
Yeah, no, it's I especially I think some of these Build-A-Figures, once you get them, like, I feel like I've seen this guy for sale somewhere once, and it was like a it was close to that $200 mark.
Yeah.
Canadian, obviously, because
Mhm.
Canadians. But yeah, no, this was again. I think this was my first build a figure. This was like the line. The Dark Knight's Death Metal was definitely the line that got me so invested in the McFarlane toys.
Yeah.
And man, it was yeah. This was early days, and I'm looking at this was posted. Is that? Oh my gosh, 242 weeks ago. This picture was posted.
Oh wow.
So
4-ish years ago.
yeah, long time ago. So yeah, it's been a bit of a grail in my collection for quite a while. But yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Again, the big boys from
Yep.
McFarlane, fantastic. It looks like the next one you sent me was a another Green Lantern one.
Yes. Uh yeah, I love Parallax. I did not kind of like an unexpected one. I did not really think that was a character we were ever going to get, and
Mhm.
it's kind of funny. He came out around the same time Funko did a Parallax
Mm,
figure as well. And I was just like, yeah, kind of like all of a sudden it's getting a whole bunch of love, and
mhm.
yeah, I could not complain. I want to say this is the platinum edition if there was one.
It would have been the gold label.
Okay, this
Yeah,
was a gold label.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
remember this one was. I don't even know if it got. It may have showed up very limited in Canada. I think I saw one on on a shelf once. I was like, oh, I was out of town. I was like, oh, I'll get him when I go back to my hometown, and I'll grab him from the shop there at the GameStop or whatever it was at the time,
Yeah.
and then never saw him again. Never saw him again. And I think Amazon even had a glow in the dark version of this for sale in Canada. It may I don't know if they ever got released though.
So I think this is the glow in the dark version
Oh, is it?
because I think the glow in the dark version was the platinum.
Okay, then yeah, there you go. It might be, or it would have came in a big box. It would have came in a big black box and said like glow in the dark.
Oh,
Like
maybe
yeah,
not.
it
No,
wouldn't have
never
come in
mind.
in a
Okay.
regular.
I
Yeah.
might be thinking of the Alan Scott. Yeah, I am. The Alan Scott is a glow in the dark platinum, and I have that one.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah. Great figure.
yeah. Just yeah, probably well, definitely my favorite Green Lantern figure.
And I feel like the face sculpt in this one's pretty solid too.
They did a really good job. Yeah. I mean, again, I almost feel like they modeled him directly off of that cover right there because that face just matches it to a T. And yeah, I mean, you can just figures like this, you can see the time they put into thinking this one up versus, kind of like the Simon Baz, just really basic, not a lot of, detail into it.
Yeah,
So
no, like you got like all the armor has like some sort of layers and detail to it. Even the Under
yeah.
Armour has like a nice little silver paint on
And I
there.
want
Like
to say this was an earlier gold label too, maybe. Um,
yeah, yeah.
maybe not too early, but I've definitely had this figure for a few years now. So
If my memory serves me correct, it was among probably the first dozen gold labels.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it was technically an because gold label was a really weird thing at the beginning where it was like it seemed like they're exclusives, but they weren't really
yeah,
exclusives, and they weren't chases because they still had the platinum editions. It was a gold label's always been a bit of a confusing thing to me, but
yeah.
beautiful figure.
Well, now it's really confusing because they've got the ones that have comic books in them, and I'm just like, yeah, there's so many different
Yeah.
versions, but all the figures are still, of that decent
Mm,
decent quality.
yeah.
So
The early days of McFarlane when they were really trying to stand out, they put that little bit of extra love into them.
yeah.
Let's see. Oh, oh, I remember when this guy dropped the Azrael
Oh yeah.
kind of
I
the
knew
I
this one was
believe
coming.
this yeah, this one is oh my god. Like I don't know, like dude, like this is another example of like McFarlane. just putting in that time and effort to get the details right, to get the armor looking awesome, to do the layers. Like, dude, there's so many layers on this guy. Like, what happened? Why, like, why did, like, obviously money and budgets and
Yeah.
factories and whatever,
Time. Yeah.
time and effort, but like, man, this was there was originally the red version, the classic red Azrael that came out, and then this was the gold label that came out a little while afterwards. I had missed the red version, and then I was able to get this version, which I just loved the that crisp white with that silver. I think the other one was more like a red base with the gold detailing, but the white and the silver with the red highlights on this guy, just oh my god, with the flaming
Yeah.
sword.
I need that one. I don't have that one yet. I really.
I would.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what this one is like on the second hand market. If there's many
Yeah.
available.
You don't see it often. I want to say I'm looking on Mercari like every day, and there's over 100 figures being posted, probably more. Every time I open up the app,
Mhm.
it'll tell me like, oh, there's 99 plus new
Mm,
listings for DC McFarlane.
yeah.
Um,
Mm,
and like in comparison, NECA is always like 30 to 50, so
mm.
it's like nonstop for McFarlane.
But even then, I feel like it's a lot of probably it'd be a lot of more not common ones, but there was a lot of McFarlane figures that are now shelf warmers.
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely.
oof, there's a
Yeah.
lot of them are just like big bowls and nothing. Whereas I feel like when this kind of era of McFarlane, man, they would just sell out, of some of these figures
Oh yeah.
immediately.
Yep.
Uh, I think this was one I had pre-ordered months in advance, and I remember waiting eagerly for that box to get delivered. Yeah, just a beautiful figure. Oh man, I gotta set up my McFarlane displays again because
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't have any of them on display anymore, and I got I gotta do some digging. But yeah, this is easily one of my favorites for sure. Again, the detailing, just even the armor piece here on the shoulder, like it's got like these almost angelic wings,
Yeah.
biblically accurate angel kind of looking thing, and yeah, just a
So
great.
good.
I love them like the Mister Sinister ass cape. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
great, fantastic, and man, I feel like I'm going down memory lane right now. I love this. Um, and you've got another big boy here. Oh man.
Yeah.
Color me jealous, bro. I had this thing on pre-order and it got canceled and never seen one on the shelf.
Yeah, not
Never.
I don't know if they got recalled or what, but these notoriously had a lot of structural issues. Mine being one of them. As soon
Yeah.
as I got him out of the box, his legs fell off. He's really only good for what you see him for right there, just a standing upright pose. But what it was about this figure that I loved was we got a few different versions of him, but never anything really classic. And um, that's the look that I like the most. So yeah, just
And dude, this thing has presence.
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
I don't even have one, and I know from this photo, I'm like, man, that thing must just stand above all the other
Yeah,
McFarlane.
I mean, I've got a Mongol.
Mhm.
He's about the same size, and then
Yep.
I've got like as far as big ones go, I've got a Bane,
Yep.
um, Anti Monitor,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, I mean, he just really stands out amongst the big guys for sure. And they
And
really tried with him. It seems like they gave him that great cape,
yeah.
really nice quality. The wire in it I like because you get the good bendability there. Um, it's just really unfortunate about the issues that they had with him. I don't know if they got recalled or what, but yeah, you don't see a lot of those on the market. Pretty much as soon as he came out and hit the secondhand market, I just paid whatever to get him, and luckily I did because you don't see him as often.
And like I
Um,
yeah, like I said, I had one pre-ordered, just super, super, super excited for it, and then it got canceled, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll just wait until I see him on the shelf."
yeah,
Never saw him. Damn.
yeah, and it's not like he breaks. It's just the whatever the ball and joint that locks the legs in. It's just very loose.
Mhm.
Any subtle movement and it just falls apart, kind of. Unlike that platinum translucent flash where he was actually like breaking, pieces were
Uh,
falling off and
y
breaking.
yeah,
So
which I don't know I think I spoke about how mine's also been destroyed since moving.
yeah,
Yeah. Man, yeah, this is a again, man, like, the detail in this guy is fantastic, the head sculpt is fantastic.
yeah. The alternate head too is really great because it's got the like the red laser
Mhm,
eye, like the lasers coming out of his eyes.
mhm.
But they're pretty big, so it doesn't display as well with that head on. But yeah, no, just I love the classic look of a lot of these characters. So when those versions come out, I'm usually all over those.
Yeah, 'cause is this the Kirby design? Was this a
I
Jack
don't know. It's definitely not Kirby. Love Kirby, but his design of Darkseid is a little less evil looking, kind of a little. I don't want to say dumb, but like
No, you guys a little more
just not
tacky?
a. He didn't look as threatening
Mm.
as this version. I don't know what version this would be.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, I just couldn't remember off the top of my head, but, I love the blue on that guy.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I mean definitely. Uh, the suit and everything is kind of based off the original look, but not the face at all.
Mhm.
That's not a Kirby face for sure.
So the next one I'm picking here is, I'm gonna be a lot not gonna lie, a bit of a cheaty one. I've kind of, maybe foreshadowed it a little bit here, but, this is just the entire Dark Knight's death metal lineup
Oh
of the alternate Batmans
yeah,
are goddamn peak. They are
yeah,
just so good. Uh, from, like, Dawnbreaker to the Devastator, like, I can't remember all their names off the top of my head, the King Robin, like,
ground, yeah,
there's even, like, the Dark Side Batman Build-A-Figure that I
yeah,
have in there, like, man, it was these figures, like, just
yeah,
solidified the McFarlane DC Multiverse in my heart for eternally. These are
yeah,
absolutely some of my favorite collectibles. They all pose great. They all look amazing. So much detail on every single one of them that it's kind
yeah,
of ridiculous. That,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
and yeah, man, they're just oh, like these were like once I started falling out of Funko, man, these just took that spot. Like they just, oh, like I had these guys displayed in a corner of my room, and I was just sitting there playing with them every single day, like posing them in different ways, and they just look so good. Um,
yeah. That's a great set.
yeah, man, and again, I'm curious to know like what that full set would go for these days.
Yeah,
But man, oh, such a great
yeah. I
line.
know the Batman who laughs. He's not an easy one to get. There's a few different versions of him, and none of them are easy to get a hold of, and that definitely not cheap either.
Yeah, this was the one that comes with the big wings on the back. Um, And I know since I've taken this photo, I've also got that weird, like, Joker dragon lizard thing that he can ride on top of,
Oh yeah,
which makes it look even more crazy.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, man, I gotta display these guys again because, man, these are just some of the greatest little collection of figures I have.
yeah,
And obviously, I've got the Merciless Batman back there and I can't remember what the, Dark Side Batman is, but, man, seeing Darkseid wearing, like, the bat cowl
yeah,
is so good. Um, yeah, man, great lineup. I could talk a while about each of one of these
yeah,
guys, but I was like, "You know what? I have this photo of them all together. easy peasy. Like they're all just amazing, and in my head, they have to be together.
Yeah.
Uh, Merciless Batman is his own thing, but the rest of these guys, they gotta be together, man. They're so good. Um, Real quick here, Samrock just wants to throw in my favorite McFarlane figures are the Batman Beyond, Hal Jordan Green Lantern, Lobo, Christopher Reeve Superman, and there's a couple other ones, but those are some of my favorite. Those are great ones.
Yeah.
I know I wish I got that Christopher Reeve Superman to go with my oh my gosh, my old Batman why am I blanking on his name? Who was the original Batman live action from the stupid TV show?
I just blanked on it as
Adam
soon as
West?
he blanked on it. Yeah.
Adam West, yeah. Like I would have loved to have the Christopher Reeve to go with my Adam West.
Yeah,
He's
that'd be great.
fantastic. And a Batman Beyond would have been nice too, but I don't have a Batman Beyond, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You sent me two other ones, and let's go into this guy because this one is one I have in my collection, but you've got the better version, which is
Yeah.
the platinum.
Yeah.
Oh, that-
Again, just great
yeah.
capture of just I don't even know. Awesome character design, just spot on to this cover, which I had, and yeah, I don't know what to say. Just so cool.
Well, and this is an example of McFarlane, in my mind, looking at like, okay, what pieces do we have that we can reuse? What like, and what's effective? And they like even it didn't feel like they cut corners with this one. Like you still
Yeah,
got the good accurate belt. He's got like the shoulder pads in there, and he's got the effects on the veins,
yeah,
on his arms. And this was another one that like I wish I had the because this is the platinum edition.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which really, you're just getting those translucent legs.
But man, it really like adds to the effect of him like having that power, right? Like,
Yeah,
oh, this is a great one too. That was a great Batman, great Superman, great Green Lantern figure, all rolled into one, right?
yeah. It just looks cool. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It just
Yeah.
looks awesome.
And the detail, man, it's there. It's again, this is another one where they said simple is better, and we're gonna give it that little bit of love to make sure that simplicity just shines through.
Yeah,
And man, again, I have this figure, so I know how cool it looks on the shelf.
yeah. It just looks great.
It's got a
Yeah,
presence.
yeah.
And the color scheme is just the
I think
red.
that's what it is too. The
Yeah.
colors just pop. It's got that lime green in there, which I love, and then it's like Batman with Superman colors. Like
It's a
it's just a mashup of yeah,
great logo on there too. Like
yeah.
for modern designs, this is a top tier one.
And
Yeah.
it's just I just really appreciate it when these companies show so much love to the comic books. Like someone who's not a comic book fan but likes superheroes, or even maybe they did have a little bit of interest in comic books but they're not crazy people like all of us, you know walking by this figure, they're going to think it looks cool but they're going to have no idea what it is, where it came
Mm.
from. And it's just like such a niche little thing to show love to. And you get not only that, but you're getting two versions of him. You got the regular and then the platinum, where they just go into even further detail of the comic book accuracy.
Mhm.
Um, when companies do that, especially, I mean, granted it's McFarlane's company, but like they're just really showing love straight to the comic books. This is not a animated, character or
Mhm.
a movie character. Like, yeah,
Yeah, he's only appeared in like a handful of issues.
yeah,
And I think the other thing that's we should be fair to contribute to this one is they turned this thing around fast.
yeah,
That comic book came out, it was hyped up, and McFarlane was like, "Get on that hype train, boys. We're getting this thing out the door in like
yeah.
a couple months."
Yeah, because I don't even think so. When I got this figure, I obviously this cover is a page from the book. This is not actually, so I didn't have this cover of the book, but
Mhm.
you see that image in the book.
Yeah.
but obviously when I got the figure, I really wanted to display it, but the A cover or the regular cover doesn't show anything about this.
No.
And of course, when I take my pictures, it's nearly impossible to like show a spread or something. I
Yeah.
pulled it off, but this cover existed, so I had to. I think I actually had to seek this cover out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I
Um,
think this was it was a cover that was coming out, but they didn't announce it until, like, the day or, like, a pretty like, there was not a big time gap between this cover getting announced and the book actually dropping. I can't remember if it was, like, a
yeah.
foreshadowing or a spoiler cover that they kept under wraps, and
Yeah.
then I think they did a second printing with this cover on it or something like that. I can't
Okay.
remember,
Yeah. Maybe.
but, yeah, man, this is that's what I love about your post too, is, like, you have the figure and then you have the like, it's just,
Oh
like,
yeah.
it's so easy to talk about. It's so easy to appreciate
Yeah.
both sides of the coin, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, I think we've just got a couple more here. Um, this next one's a bit of a cheaty 'cause, another cheaty one, um, but it's
Oh goodness.
the
Oh
2 I really well, I mean, I could talk about all 3 of all 6 of these guys, but obviously Constantine and, Swamp Thing. And man, even Red Hood, Etrigan, Martian Manhunter, and the Death Knights, Wonder Woman, all love them. But man, when they announced John Constantine as a
oh
McFarlane figure, I lost my mind. And you know, he might not be honestly. I shouldn't even say he looks amazing. Like the
yeah.
spell effect is great. Like his face is pretty much spot on. Like he's got everything you would want for a Constantine figure. And it's just and I loved pairing him with Swamp Thing in the back because that's another one of my favorite big boys. With so much detail, so much love on that figure, and
Yeah.
that's the gold edition, I think. Swamp Thing in the back there with the
Yeah.
horns, which I love. I love the horns on that guy. Um, yeah, man, Constantine, obviously one of my all-time favorite characters. First appeared in a Swamp Thing book, so I obviously have to keep those guys nice and tight together. And
Yeah.
then this was just my own like Justice League Dark kind of like fan pick. If
Sure.
if there was a Justice League Dark, this is who I'd want on that team for sure.
And
Um,
when I talk about comic book accuracy too, that Demon Knights Etrigan is
mhm.
so spot on. I mean, he's based off of that series, so obviously he is. But I was the other day, I had pulled him out to put in my display, and I
Mhm.
was just kind of comparing him to that comic book series, and um, yeah, thought I had. Oh, I do. I do. Yeah, I mean, just he's really just
Yeah, yeah.
spot on to that.
And again, another example of like such
Yeah.
such detail. I mean, he's kind of hard to see there in the back, but
Yeah.
again, just the detail.
He was almost in one of in my picks too.
Oh,
So
he was, yeah, and that's why I include this picture because I was like, I think I have one picture of just John, but I was like, man, all of these figures again, it's just the love and the detail into them. Red Hood would have absolutely made my top picks,
yeah.
um, but there's too many good ones, and again, this was just a time where it was just like it was hard to find good quality figures of a lot of these characters. And for McFarlane just to be like, here you guys go, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It was like, dude, thank you for doing us the solid. Like,
Yeah. And you know
we're,
what? Almost made my list too. And I'm kind of actually it really should have is the Golden Age Red Hood that
oh,
they'd come out with.
yes. Yeah, absolutely. That one's in my,
I love that character design,
yeah,
and I loved when they brought him back for um Under the Red Hood saga,
yeah.
but just for the cover or whatever. Yeah, just man, yeah,
DC, no, give it to the artists at DC for like the character design because man, they just hit and have
yeah,
been hitting since the beginning.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
man, yeah, no, again, just I love all of these figures to death. Even Mr. Martian Manhunter and his little blue tidy whities, and yeah, just great,
Did
great.
you see the new Martian Manhunter that they just released?
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. It again. I feel I was yeah. I've been pretty tuned out of what McFarlane's doing these days. To be
Yeah.
totally honest with you,
Yeah.
uh, you've got one more here for us,
Yeah.
and another one that I'm absolutely jealous of because I've never even seen this thing on the shelf.
Yeah.
Starfire, man.
That's a tough one. So this one has a special place in my heart because she came at a time when it felt like we hadn't gotten any female characters for a very long time, other than like, 30 different versions of Harley Quinn.
Not
Um,
even not even a comic book accurate one either.
yeah. And so I just remember how excited I was when they announced this figure, how great it looked, how accurate it looks. It was one of those ones that as soon as it was available on the secondhand market, I just paid. I didn't care. I paid whatever. Yeah, just such a great looking, spot on figure. And yeah, I think
I think that again, that's kind of to what I was saying on the Batman Superman one. It's like the simplicity. Like
yeah,
they did they knew it was a simple design, simple, uh, a great design, and they just said we're not going to overdo it. We're going to give her exactly what she needs, and we're going to put that love and attention into her hair because her hair looks
yes,
goddamn
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah.
Man, this I'm sure this one stands out on the shelf quite a bit
Oh,
too.
yeah, I'm just kind of looking over amongst the ladies, and more than any of them, she stands out. The Zatanna we got recently was pretty great, but I had expressed I didn't care for her face. Jessica Cruz is awesome. Happy to have her, but again, just kind of not a lot of, they just you could tell they just kind of produced her. They kept her. I mean, she's accurate, but I don't know. They could have done more. Yeah, just this she stands out the most. Raven is a pretty close second. They did a really good job on Raven.
Yeah.
But
They gave us the Teen Titans had some pretty good figures from McFarlane, didn't they?
yeah, Huntress is pretty dope too. I
Yep,
really like the Huntress design. They did a good job on her.
yep.
Um, but actually, Huntress, the face is an issue on her as well. Her expression is just so plain and not in character. So kind of a bummer, but
And I have the platinum edition of that one, so it's more of like the purpley outfit, which looks amazing. But
yeah,
again, it's almost like her head sits on slightly crooked or slightly to the
yeah.
side, and it looks not quite right.
Well, and they
Um,
gave you got multiple face sculpts with that one
mhm.
too, and none of them were good. They were all like just really plain, no expression. If
Yeah,
you're gonna throw in multiple face sculpts, like throw in like an angry open mouth one or something.
yeah. Give us a little bit of choice or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
I swear, two of them, there's no difference between them.
no.
It's weird.
Because I know I display her with the one where she's got like the pointier mask, I
Oh
think.
yeah,
Which I
I think me too. I can't quite.
yeah, because that was the best one, obviously. If we're
Yeah,
go yeah, but
yeah.
oh man, yeah,
And
this
then I
was.
haven't got a Black Canary yet. I haven't
Mm,
seen it in person, but I do really want to get the Black Canary.
I think if I had a green arrow, I'd definitely pick up Canary. I might still
Yeah,
pick up Canary. I love Canary.
yeah,
Um, but I know I need to find Zatanna because I've got Johnny Boy sitting there and he's giving me the death looks of like, "Where's my lady at?" I'm like, "So one of these days, Johnny Boy."
yeah.
Um,
That was a very complete feeling getting her in the collection and putting her with him.
and you've got I that was one other figure that I don't have that I absolutely wish was Dead Man. Uh,
Yes,
I know you've got Dead Man,
yeah, and he looks really good, but
but I mean,
no,
you need the
he looks,
Justice League though. You need the for the Justice League Dark. You need Dead Man. Oh,
yeah.
I gotta try to find some of these guys eventually.
Deadman's very affordable. That's one that really just a lot of people didn't care about.
Well, yeah, because I know he was a McFarlane Store exclusive, and at the time we weren't getting any McFarlane Store exclusives up here in the
Oh
Great
yeah.
White North, so he never showed up. Um, I've got one more here to show as well. I am now realizing that this is also from a from a line of series that I've been talking quite a bit about, and that's
Ooh.
the I think this is Duke Thomas. I'm pretty sure from death metal. Oh, what is he from?
Wow.
Uh, Dark Knight's Death. No, Dark Multiverse. He's from Dark Multiverse, um, and from Earth Metal, something like that. Um, man, like again, this is another one of those sculpts that's like there's cracks in the armor. There's like everything just has a detail. The
Yeah.
mask looks like bone. The guitar looks so sweet and like a giant axe. Like everything about this figure, like you could like if you told me this was Batman, Bruce Wayne, I'd be like, yeah, of course that is. But no, it's goddamn Duke Thomas.
Yeah.
Um, and it just looks so good.
Yeah.
Um, and this was one of those ones where I was just like looking through my Instagram of my posts over the last God knows how long. I was like, man, this one just the sculpt on it is just so bulky and armored up, and it's just
Yeah. It
oh,
looks really solid.
oh man, he's again such a. I obviously am such a huge fan of the Dark Knight's death metal kind of designs and world and storyline that it was just I'm a music guy as my background. I used to play in a punk band, so seeing like these characters just like go full metal to certain extents and these full kind of like apocalyptic glam rock esque style like aesthetics, like I was just like, man, this is so good, and this is obviously no exception and one of my favorites. Um, and again, the level of detail
Yeah.
is is crazy. 'Cause it might be hard to see as a photo, but you really do see the lines in the mask that look like bone, all the chips in the armor, like just the layers to it. Like it's just looks mm,
Yeah.
fantastic. I don't
Yeah.
know
They
who's.
don't make them like that anymore.
I don't make them like that anymore. No, man, they really should, and it's a shame. And I think that's the takeaway of all of this is, you know, these are just I'm glad that McFarlane gave us these,
Yeah.
that we had the opportunity to, purchase these and add them to our collections and have these incredible displays. Um, because man, it really was something really special. Um, I wish I had a photo of what my old McFarlane display looked like. I'll see if I can find one here really quick. Um, but I used to have a big old shelf at my old apartment that just was full of these guys. In fact, I don't know if I can. But yeah, is there anything else you want to
Uh,
include on this our little McFarlane multiverse look back?
no, it's just a bummer. If the end is drawing near, which it definitely feels like it might be. Um, because I mean, we got what we got, but it just definitely. Oh, that's so beautiful.
So you can see I had a lot of my dark metal death knights down there in the bottom left, working my way over to some of the other more kind of classic characters to the other side. But a
Yeah.
lot of it was just like whatever characters I loved,
Yeah.
and Grifter also really wanted to make a. I really wanted to add him to this.
Yeah, I was looking at him too. They did a really good job on him.
Really good job. Some of the last night, Batman Last Night on Earth build a figures were fantastic. The Scarecrow that rides the big old Bane, you can kind of see him in the back corner, is awesome. Captain Atom, another great
Yeah.
figure. Uh, the oh my gosh, what is it? The Darkest Night figures? No, not Dark Knight. Is that Blackest Night? What's
Yeah,
the
Blackest Night. Yeah.
yeah? With the
Necron.
Necron. But I know I have the build a figure that I think was eventually Atrocitus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Atrocitus.
Yeah, from that.
He almost made it on too. That's a really great figure.
Yeah, and yeah, man, there's so many great figures from this line.
Mostly because they really captured his head sculpt well.
Yeah,
And I think we're kind of seeing like with the Larfleeze they
Yeah,
definitely clearly struggled with him a little bit. I just don't feel like they fully captured his look right.
mm,
Um,
no, not quite. I mean,
yeah,
I think they did the best that they could.
sure.
Yeah,
Well, in this day and age, I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago they would have done a lot better. But either way, I'm again another character I'm really happy that we're even just getting, just because he's gonna go so well with my Green Lantern section.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Do you have any White Lanterns in your collection?
I don't have any White Lanterns.
You gotta get a. You gotta get all. You gotta get. There must be a White Lantern. Is it just a? Oh no, there was a Kyle Rayner White Lantern. I
Yeah, and a Batman, and we you brought it to my attention that the platinum for Captain Boomerang was a White Lantern,
That's right. That's right.
which I didn't even remember that was even a thing. And so when you brought that to my attention, I went back and jumped into that, and yeah, that was a thing.
Oh, it wasn't.
Totally.
Sorry, I misspoke. The Kyle was a Blue Lantern. There wasn't. I don't think there was a White Lantern McFarlane.
Yeah, and then yeah, I'm trying to think what other White Lanterns we would have gotten.
I think I'm only seeing the Batman and the Captain Boomerang. I think those were the
Yeah,
two.
that's kind of lame. I don't know. I'd want that collection to be a little more complete.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd want a Kyle White Lantern. The fact they didn't give us a Kyle, come on, McFarlane. Like what are we waiting for?
Yeah, definitely.
Now's the time. Just give us the White Lantern
Oh,
Kyle.
we'll get it. They're in a stage where they're reusing. What a
Exactly.
better one. Just change the
Paint it
paint.
white. Yeah, just
Yeah,
make it's so easy.
yeah.
Uh
That might
yeah.
justify getting those three figures, but
Yeah.
still, just what an incomplete. When they've done so well of focusing on like a series and given us 5, 6, or more of a character from that series, and then yeah, brightest day, you're gonna get just three out of however many.
Yeah, and I think the darkest blackest night was the Kyle Rayner with the big green sword, the like a zombie Batman looking guy, a zombie
And
Superman,
Superman,
and
yeah,
a Firestorm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think those
I
were the.
forget what they called him.
It wasn't
Yeah,
Deathstorm.
yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, which was a
Yeah, there was 4 or 5 figures from that line because that's
yeah,
how you built the Atrocitus.
Atrocitus. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and then they had the Mega Fig Necron, which was
yes,
really sweet. Which I wish I grabbed that one too.
yeah,
Mm, man,
yeah. I don't have that one. It's huge. I think it would be bigger than any of the figures I have, even
yeah,
bigger than Swamp Thing. So
yeah. I think yeah,
crazy.
but it had great detail from what I recall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very very great.
man. And it took everything in me not to throw a couple Spawn figures into this, but obviously we're talking DC Multiverse. But man, the Spawn figures,
I don't know
McFarlane.
how we haven't gotten a Black Hand. That's crazy.
Yeah, there was a lot of characters that they seemed to just again we're like we're gonna give you a Death Storm. It's like okay, it looks fantastic, great figure,
Yeah,
but random. I'll take it, but again, random. Yeah,
weird.
yeah. Sweet man. Well, I really enjoyed this. This was a nice little
Yeah,
walk down memory lane and kind of reminiscing on really the beauty of McFarlane figures, as especially as it does feel like we are. I said it a year ago that I don't think they're going anywhere with this Mactel kind of changing of rights or whatever, but it does seem like poor McFarlane's focusing on other. I shouldn't say poor McFarlane. The man's doing just fine.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it does seem like their releases are, you know, we can look here real quick. It's a lot of what are these? I don't know. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Bebop and Rocksteady. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly. I mean, like I don't like who's someone asking for Gangbuster
Oh,
or Black Concord. I mean, Shazam
oh,
looks. okay, but I feel like we
Yeah.
have a bunch of
Yeah.
Shazam, and then Starman, like I don't.
Yeah.
I think this again, but this is a 100% reuse of the Dawnbreaker skin that we've seen quite a few
Yeah.
times. Uh,
Yeah. I really like that design.
yeah, I mean, it looks very similar to the one that I have in my collection, but obviously a
Yeah.
soft cape and a little bit nicer, probably a little bit of nicer.
What comic does that show he's based off of? Because that, I mean, that really looks like the very classic look.
Justice League America 71 or
Oh, okay.
77, sorry. Yeah.
Interesting.
Um, I don't know who was asking for a Bloodwind. Again, looks great. Great looking
Yeah.
figure. I just don't
Yeah.
know who's. I mean, we're always going to get a Robin. Uh,
Good Lord.
but yeah, there's a lot of. And I know there's the Miss Martian, which again, the face looks a little plain.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that green. I think I would have liked a more
He
close.
definitely struggled with the ladies a little bit, but
Yeah, just a little bit. And then it seems like we're just getting a lot of these kind of
yeah.
re-releases of some of these Superman figures, which good and dandy. But yeah, his DC stuff seems to be mostly movies and re-releases
Yeah.
of
Bummer.
various figures. Which, man, I don't know if we talked about this Supergirl one, but speaking of unfortunate faces, at least she's got this secondary face, which I don't
Yeah,
completely.
that looks decent.
Yeah, her hair's a little funny looking, but
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
crazy to think they lost that much effort in like doing their hair for a lot of these characters, like
Yeah.
they used to look so good. Um, this Lobo is almost a 100% reuse of one that came with a bike a little while ago.
Yep.
I don't know who's asking
Yeah.
for Freddie Freeman, but somebody somewhere.
Somebody. Yeah.
This is just my
Yeah,
Jonah Hex.
we shouldn't hate too much. There's some niche collector out there that is just praising him for
Yeah,
popping out those characters like us.
yeah.
But yeah, still.
I
Yeah, and see the White Lantern Batman barely just came out. Like
yeah.
what why are we even still making an effort to show love to that?
And this is a
Uh,
reuse of the Green Lantern Batman from years ago as well.
yeah.
This one, the Damian Batman though, looks
Yeah.
fantastic. That one
Yeah.
looks fantastic. Uh, this was a very plastic heavy episode. You bet it was.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes we talk a lot about comics and not as much about the plastic. And
Typically more about the comics, so
yeah, this was one we needed to give. Again, I think our love for McFarlane, the DC Multiverse line, has been really a big talking point between me and you for quite a long time.
years and
Years.
years and years. Yeah.
Yeah, like this was definitely one of those things that we spent a lot of time talking about back in the day.
Yeah.
Um, I remember I'd be telling you about all the releases that were coming that you hadn't heard about just yet.
Yeah.
I don't even think I saw this one get announced. Cosmic Boy.
Yeah. Pretty cool looking. I came across the platinum version and struggled with it, but ultimately was like doesn't fit in anywhere in my collection. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair, man. Yeah, we're gonna. I'd love to see them back in their prime. I do like that some of their other figures are seem to be getting quite a bit of love. Their Fallout and other kind of franchises, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. Be curious to see what McFarlane does with these 7 inch. They're 7 inch, right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're 7 inch scale figures because man, they really gave us a lot of beautiful stuff. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm glad we did this.
Yeah. Me too.
uh,
Yeah.
that ice looks nice. Yeah, I think there's ice somewhere, and then I know they did. The other character's fire, if I'm not mistaken. Which that one I remember looking a little funky, but
Yeah.
I think they did ice a lot better than they did fire. All right,
One
man.
that was a honorable mention too was Professor Pig. That
Mm.
was a really great figure.
That was also a bit of a newer one too, right?
Yes, pretty new,
Yeah.
and you know, Yeah, his aprons all cloth, and
Oh yeah.
just yeah, they did a really good job with his face sculpt. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing is they get some figures dialed in just almost perfectly, and then other ones you're like, they could have used a little more time on that one. But at the end of the day, there's people who are out there who are
And
hopefully happy.
remember the scarecrow too.
Hmm.
What series is that from? But you know
What?
what I'm talking about, right? With the
Yes.
long, yeah, they did. That's another honorable mention.
Oh, was the one that's half a body, or are you thinking about a different one? Maybe thinking.
No, I'm thinking of a different one.
Hmm.
He's kind of got like the gas mask and the
Oh,
really
oh,
long pointy
oh,
fingers,
oh! What was that? Fear of Gotham? No, what was it? Oh, yeah, I do.
something like that. Yeah, but that was
Gotham Fear.
another very niche one, and the design on that figure. I don't have him displayed, but really great design on that figure.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull. Why is it? Oh, it's not going to pull up the right page for me. Oh well.
That was
Uh,
one of the first ones I ever got.
yeah. What was that series? I can't. It was the Infinite Frontier something. Ah, it's gonna bug me now. But did I send you the connecting covers
Fear
for that?
State, maybe?
Fear
Was that a
State.
thing?
That was what it was. Fear State. Yes.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
those were an interesting time for
yeah,
DC. Yeah.
definitely. Anyways,
Yeah. All right, my friend. Yeah,
yeah.
because it's been an absolute pleasure hanging out and chatting with you and everyone who's tuned in tonight. We really appreciate it as always. Um, anything else you want to end before we wrap up with?
Yeah, so we'll we'll see about next Sunday, but maybe we'll do like a pre-recorded episode sometime this week. And then I still got to talk to you, but I did reach out to a friend
Hmm.
about coming on in a couple of weeks.
Hell
He's
yeah.
got a few things going on that we could probably help him promote a little bit, plus just a really interesting uh, guy. I've known him for a while, and I think he'd be a fun chat to have on. So I'll definitely talk to you about that. But yeah, looking to maybe have a guest on again, and yeah, I mean we might take a week off here and there, but yeah still loving the show. Still wanna keep doing it and keep talking about the things that we love.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't, yeah, this is just, again, I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed
Yeah,
everyone hanging out and listening to our reminiscing. Uh, I don't know the right English anymore. I'm tired. It's been a long week.
yeah.
Um, but that does it for us today. This has been episode 56, the end of the multiverse. Paper and plastic. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be back at some point with some more content for you guys. And yeah, thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. Good luck on Monday. See you
Thanks,
guys.
guys. See ya.
See you.